it'll never happen because I don't have the math, and it's still far too expensive, you know. If they ever had like this need for somebody with honestly no usable skills in space, well then I might be in the running to do it.
I would go, but only if I could take my whole family with me. Come on, we're hopping in the wagon, we're going down the street. You know, kind of like a family vacation. I would do that.
I always had the thought, you know, I mean, wouldn't it be fun if I stashed away in one of the spacecraft, you know, and then, Houston, we got a problem. Yeah, what's the problem? We got one more guy up.
Oh yeah, I'd go in a minute. Absolutely. I think it would be exciting and thrilling and amazing.
What can they do? They can fire you when you get back, right? But you had a space flight.
So far, NASA has not expressed any interest in having someone go up and run an experiment on how well improvisational workshops go in zero gravity.
I'm still trying to figure out Earth.
I think the question that we all struggle with is, what is it like on the moon? What's it really like? It's very difficult to explain that because it is such a, you know, a magnificent scene. It's very difficult for an engineer, pilot, whatever, to describe these things. If you had a poet or a painter, Al Bean's a painter, does very well. If you have that level of talent on the moon, then you could probably get a really great description.
The challenge that we laid down to ourselves was that we were going to photograph men walking on the moon in a way that's never been photographed before.
To take viewers where only 12 men have gone before, 3,500 tons of dirt and nearly 2,000 tons of pulverized granite filled a 298,000 square foot blimp hangar.
We are using, I think, a bigger set than anyone has ever used before. We have about 3/4 of an acre of moon, which is never big enough, unfortunately.
Well, when I first saw the moonscape, I guess my reaction was, this should work.
Our director of photography, Gail Tattersall, has created an amazing sun effect, which is really what sells this as being real.
The solution turned out to be using a convex mirror about 6 feet in diameter, and then projecting into it the most powerful spotlights that are available in the film business today, which are 10K xenons. There were only 15, I believe, in the United States, and we had to have 5 made extra just to be able to get our brightness level up to being able to record on film.
I would say the light that we have created to simulate the sun on the moon is probably one of the single brightest light sources ever created for anything.
We figured out it was going to be very hot because when we were doing tests for this, my best boy was lining up xenons with welder's glasses on and his hair almost caught on fire.
The greatest challenge is eliminating the effect of gravity. That's what we're using our helium balloons for, to create, to reduce the weight of our astronauts to 1/6 their real weight and create the look of what it would be like for them to move on the moon.
For accuracy, the topography of the moon set changed to match the different landing sites of each lunar mission.
Everything we're trying to do with the stuff on the lunar surface is to show it in a way that's never been done before, and to honestly make it feel as though the viewers are the third astronaut that are on the moon with these guys.
The Apollo program was probably the greatest single human endeavor in the course of human history.
It's sort of the time in the space program before commerce took over.
I mean, Christ, they call it a shuttle now, you know? It has connotations of like they should serve you a Happy Meal on the way up and back or something, you know what I mean?
I was interested in reading about the repairing of the Hubble, you know, a couple weeks ago. It was on page 28 of the LA Times. I don't think that's right.
From the first time people ever looked at the moon, there was no way that we were ever going to not go to the moon. It's like a child, you know? You don't believe anything's real till you've touched it.
It's the one frontier that will never be fully explored. There will always be out there. There will always be more to find. We will never reach the end of the universe. And so looking up into the sky will always capture our imagination.
It's still our closest neighbor in the cosmos. It is still a place that is just, I mean, every corner of it is still waiting, still holding something that's going to be magical, that is going to be amazing, and that is going to be a mystery still until we go up there and start tramping around the place again.
Why, some say the moon. Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why 35 years ago fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.